Okay, MSA harness inspection video, take one. So I've got a nice clean work area here, ready to jot down the information on this particular harness. I've also got the MSA instruction manual for this particular harness, and I've also got the packaging that the MSA harness came in, and it's all in good and clean condition. There's no unusual smells of solvents or oil. There's no signs of dirt or contamination. So I'm prepared to get started on this one. So as always, just a quick cursory glance to make sure that in fact I've got the entire harness here. It is complete. I'm going to start at the shoulders of the harness, as I always do, and work my way down, going to the back plate first of all, but removing this particular harness's padding so I can access the webbing. I've got a nice bright work area here so I can clearly see if there's any signs of abrasion or damage or loose threads or any signs of wear, in fact, on the harness. This harness looks to be very new. We have the MSA details here. So it's a V-fit full body harness. We've got our part number, we've got our material, polyester, the style is racing, the size is large. We've got the serial number, the date of manufacture, which is 10th of January 2023, which means it'll be removed from service at the 10th of January 2033. And we can see here that this last inspection was done in January 2025, about 7.5 months ago. So getting back to that inspection, we methodically work our hands down the shoulder straps to where they join onto the rear attaching fall arrest point. There's no signs of any of that having ever been used. There's no mark on the D-ring at all. We've removed the back plate from the padding so that we can access all of the webbing, and then we're just working methodically down each web join of the harness with our hands and with our eyes, looking for any signs of cuts, abrasions or loose threads. So we've done the back of that harness down to the legs. Now we're going to work our way from the shoulders, the back of that harness, down to the front attaching point. Again, removing the padding where necessary so that we can see both sides of the webbing and all sides of the stitching. We're looking at the attach points with the front of the harness to the D-ring attach point in the front, and ensuring that the buckle locks together smoothly. There's no corrosion. It all works as it's supposed to, and the webbing is able to move freely within those. So that's all good. So we can continue on down the harness. Now looking at the adjusting straps and buckles, making sure there's no corrosion, making sure that the stitching is all in good condition, that loosen those off to their full length, and then adjusting them nice and smoothly to see that they work properly, and also seeing that we can see every part of the webbing for any signs it might be worn, damaged or threadbare. So we've made our way down to the waist of the harness. So we're going to work our way around from the left hand side to the right hand side of the waist of the harness, checking that our waist buckle locks nice and tightly, it's free of corrosion, it's smooth, the adjustment for the waist is nice and smooth, and there's no signs of any damage to the webbing on either side. In this case, the waist has a couple of attach points and D-rings. They're in perfect condition, nice and bright, no marks. We have to lift the padding off the waist in order to access a view of the back of the waist webbing, and we're just looking at the stitching and feeling our way around the waist harness, see if there's any damage, and visually see if there's any cuts or loose threads. Now we've made our way all the way to the right hand side. I'm going to check the D-ring on that side, see that we've not got any twisted, which brings us to the lower section of the harness. Same story, you're going to start on the left hand side down to the left leg loop. We're going to remove the padding where we need to in order that we can access the back of the webbing and see the thread, see the webbing, and see the attach points. And then same on the right leg, following each part of the webbing from its full length to where it attaches, making sure it's not twisted. Then any loops which are there to retain it, and any padding is in fact all correct, and that any buckles are in good condition. So I'm just going to record the information from our harnesses inspection onto our section A, and with that we're going to put down the type of harness, write down that the manufacturer is MSA, that the serial number is clear and intact, the last date of inspection was January 25, the date of next inspection is August 25, and that there are no signs of automatic failure. So moving on to section B, we are going to, so that we've inspected the equipment, we've used this type of equipment before. The harness is nice and clean, the inspection tags are current, the labels and the safety tags are present, readable and easily visible. The shoulder, chest, leg and back straps are in fact intact, I should say. The stitching is all in serviceable condition. The stitching looks to be in near new condition, so it'll certainly be able to hold a load. The webbing is in serviceable condition. The buckles, adjustment mechanisms are all in good serviceable condition. They're easily adjusted. The buckles work as they were intended, and the harness is complete. All parts are present. So with that, we've got no faults found on this particular unit. It's in perfect working order, so we can attach the appropriate rugby tag, ready for going back into service. If it did need cleaning, I've got the, not that this one does, I've got the cleaning instructions as per the manufacturer, saying that prefer it cleaned with just a soft bristle brush, a damp sponge and some soapy solution, just in regular water, and then dried in a cool, dry place. In this case, this one's already clean, so we'll just reattach the back plate to the shoulder padding and just return those buckles back to their medium position, ready for donning for its next use. This will then go back into its plastic bag and back into its storage area, ready for next use or when it's next pulled out for inspection. So that concludes the video.